Hi, Dr. Christine Smith here. I just wanted to teach you a little bit about a mindfulness technique that you can use multiple times throughout your day. It's a really quick one. A lot of people think that mindfulness or meditation has to be sitting completely still for 30 minutes at a time with no thoughts, when really mindfulness is about learning to be present in your body and learning to kind of regulate your own nervous system. And there's a lot of different approaches to it. So this one is a simple breathing technique, and it's a postural technique, which is pretty cool. So it's essentially physical therapy for your nervous system. I learned this from Scott Musgrave, who's one of the people that developed it, and it's part of the associative awareness technique. This particular part of it is called Reflexercise. It's exercising your reflexes. So I'm just going to teach you a little bit about it. If you think about when you're running from a tiger or dealing with something stressful, today's tiger is basically dealing with work, dealing with traffic, dealing with other people, dealing with bills, all that kind of stuff, school, tests, whatever you're dealing with, all of that can start to kind of upregulate what's called our sympathetic nervous system. And that's the nervous system that helps you run away from the tiger, essentially. And we need that, it's important. But when it gets upregulated for too long, it can start to really exhaust our body, can start to take a toll on our adrenal glands, which have to do with our levels of cortisol, which is our stress hormone, which we need. But when they're on for too long and it gets depleted, then our system doesn't work exactly right. So this is a way to kind of start balancing that, and just something that you can do at home every day. So if you're running from the tiger and you think about it, your feet are flat, you're ready to run, fists are clenched, you're ready to fight, the jaw clenches, you're ready to bite, and the head is straight forward, and usually the core is protected. So to turn this off and turn on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest nervous system, because they're always on at the same time and they're always kind of fluctuating a little bit and in balance with each other, and that's important. But they're never perfectly balanced. One is always on or off, and this is how we adapt to our environment. And the parasympathetics are basically how we sleep better, how we digest better, how we relax. It's the nervous system that comes on when you're laying on a beach and have nothing to do except just be and relax. So that's parasympathetics, or like when you're falling asleep, that type of thing. So to upregulate this, we do everything opposite of that sympathetic posture. So if the feet are flat and sympathetic, we're going to slightly curl the toes, because you can't run with your toes curled. And if the fists are clenched and sympathetic, then we're just going to open the palms and open the fingers. And the fingers can kind of rest on the legs. They can rest here. If you're standing, let's say you want to do this breathing technique before a business presentation and you have to public speak and you're nervous, you can actually just flatten your fingers and put them in your back pocket. No one's going to notice. No one's going to be able to see you doing this. And so you can curl the toes inside the shoes, flatten the fingers, and then we're going to just gently place the tongue between the teeth. And it can be with the mouth closed, and it's just a way to prevent the jaw from clenching. And then lastly, it's just a slight turn of the head to one side or the other, and it just affects the nerve that goes to the heart and slows our heart rate. So when we have this posture, slightly curled toes, open hands, open fingers, they can be like this on the palm too, or even like this against the steering wheel in traffic. If you just got cut off and you felt your whole system kind of amp up and you want to calm it down, you can just do this against the steering wheel. Very applicable to many different times of life. And then tongue between the teeth, slightly turned head. So feet, hands, teeth, head. Then we just kind of open the core a little bit, so kind of open the body. And then we're just going to take 4 deep belly breaths. And a belly breath is kind of when you feel your belly button come out on the inhale and the ribs stay put. A lot of people will kind of breathe with the ribs, but instead we want to breathe with the belly. And if you're not used to this, you can put your hand there and feel the belly come out. So with the hands here, we'll just kind of close the eyes and take 4 big, deep belly breaths. And as you're taking these breaths, bringing to mind something that warms your heart. Might be the feel of the sun on your face, might be the thought of a pet or someone you love, might be something you love doing. Just anything that you can feel warms your heart and just kind of lets your body soften, and letting that wave go over your entire body. then when you're done, gently opening your eyes. And it can be that simple. Just 4 breaths, takes 30 seconds. If you need more, you can go up to however many you need just to kind of calm and regulate the system. And this is something that you can do multiple times throughout your day. If you think of it as neurological physical therapy, the more often you do it, the more it's going to help your nervous system. So whenever you think of it, whenever your body's feeling stressed, you can even set a reminder in your phone if you want. But it's just a really good technique. And if you're having trouble sleeping, it's a great way to fall asleep. Just focusing on those deep belly breaths, bringing to mind that heartwarming thought and letting it just kind of wash over the entire body. So there you go. There is Reflexercise, an exercise for your reflexes based on posture and neurology to help turn the parasympathetic nervous system up and the sympathetic nervous system down. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out.